This is when they're vulnerable to you. During the legislative season, they're sitting in their comfy offices surrounded by armed guards. Most political pressure pulls to the middle. Most political pressure pulls to the middle. Let me give you a different illustration. The big box is what I call the box of political possibility. It is politically possible, Dudley Brown, they could repeal the 1932 Firearms Act that says that Dudley has to register and pay taxes to get a machine gun. They could repeal that. It's politically possible. It is politically possible that we could pass life at conception and outlaw abortion with criminal penalties on those that the babies. It's politically possible. Short term, outside of in some states, it's actually possible now. In others, it's not. But it's possible, okay? And then there's this box of political reality. All right? And inside that box of political reality are all the people on the direct personal path to power. Okay? Now I'm going to start drawing force vectors. How many of you remember from high school physics what a force vector is? It shows the magnitude and direction of a force. So here's what basically all of the people inside the box are doing with their force vectors. They're pulling the box in on themselves so that whatever they do is metaphysically the only thing that possibly could be done. Occasionally, you'll get somebody like Ron Paul, like Rand, that actually wants to put force vectors, or actually AOC and the squad, they're putting force vectors and they're actually pushing the box in an ideological direction. They're doing that. But you'll notice they all have small force vectors. Why is that? Because for the most part, none of them have any juice in the other one's district. You see, none of them are a threat to this in somebody else's district, for the most part. I'm simplifying, but it's still basically true. So their force vector is pretty small. Now, leadership gets bigger force vectors because they control money and committee assignments lead to money. This will become important later on. So, then you get these. These are what I call swirls. That's the media. That's education. That's what's going on in the world. It's whatever is happening, and this sort of buffets the box, but it doesn't usually move it. Now, sadly, but not surprisingly, when a significant event occurs, like shooting, how many people that guy killed in Las Vegas, 50 or 60? When a very, very large event, COVID, hits. COVID moved the box. There's just, whether you liked it or didn't like it, COVID moved the box and stayed moving for a long time, especially in Europe. Most of the time, that's not the news. So what? There's another story on this and another story on that, and then we're going to go to a news break on that, and now it's the World Series. And then there are the players that intentionally know what they're doing. The organized left, Bloomberg's people, Soros's people, the unions, especially the teachers' unions. And what are they doing? They're mobilizing on the outside to put pressure on the inside to move the box their direction. Because where the box is, somewhere in there is where policy will be made. Y'all understand this illustration? What are we learning to do? Everything we're going to teach you is designed to make bigger and better force vectors. Well, and also to work on the people on the inside that also want to go in the same direction. That's just an illustration of what we are teaching you to do here. Okay, so that's politics.